Older, Wiser, Happier with the Donaldson sisters, Annie and Jill.
I had another birthday recently. I really am starting to get old, I've decided.
No, you're not.
Yes, I am. But I've realised also I'm about 2/3 of the way through my life, hopefully.
And you're always going to be older than me.
I am always going to be and very much older than Clinton. Yes, I know. Thank you. But what it made me realise that, I have to try and hold on to my money, and I don't want to sort of chew my way through what I've got, invested and what I've got saved. We thought we'd have a chat today about how we can preserve our capital as we get older.
Our sponsor, Trobe Financial, specialises in investments for people aged over 50. Chris Andrews is the Vice President and the Chief Investment Officer at Trobe Financial, proud sponsors of Older, Wiser, Happier. G'day, Chris.
Hi, Clinton, Jill and Annie.
Hi.
Great to see you all again.
Thanks. You too, Chris.
Now, Jill's very worried that she's getting old and is not sure what to do with her money.
Age is a state of mind, Clinton. You know that. And Jill is one of the youngest thinking people I've ever met.
Oh, thank you, Chris.
You say all the right things, Chris. Now, Chris, you've got over 24,000 investors. How do you explain the concept of preserving capital?
We always like, in any discussions with investors, you always like to stress one important principle, which is that a return of capital is just as important, if not more important, than a return on capital. And you've seen over the years, we've all seen them, we've all probably had friends and family who've gone down the track of chasing something that seems too good to be true, promising 50% returns or something like that. And obviously the risk with these sorts of investments is that very often they have a significant risk that you will lose your money. Now, of course, some people say that, well, when you're in your 20s, that doesn't matter so much. You can afford to have a couple of failed ventures along the way because you've got time to make that back with some extra hard work and extra savings over the years. But when you're in that retirement bracket, when perhaps your income isn't as high as it was, or you may even have given away work altogether, those sorts of considerations then become even more pointed. You just simply can't afford to be throwing away capital on failed investments.
So when someone invests their money, they actually keep the bulk of what they've invested, and then they live off the income that they earn without it affecting their initial investment. Is that correct?
Yeah, so that's a very common form of investment for people in retirement. What they do is they target what you might call fixed income investments, income-producing investments, where their capital stays stable, where they've got a lot of protection around that capital, and then they aim to get a regular, reliable income on a monthly basis or a quarterly basis that can fund their living expenses.
But, not spending is hard, I can say from experience. I'm a bit of a spender. Have you got any words of advice as to, how we cope with wanting to spend and shouldn't be spending?
Yeah, the most important thing is to have a plan in place. Now, we see a lot of people in retirement, and these days we're seeing more and more who have advisors, and then they have a good spending and savings plan in place. They know how much they can afford to spend each week and each month, and they allocate things wisely, because you'd like to think that you're in a position where you can perhaps, still take a holiday if need be, visit family and friends. And those sorts of things shouldn't be regarded as out of bounds. It's a matter of working out what you can afford to spend each week, each month, and obviously then ensuring that your investment profile is set so that you're generating the income that you need each week, each month, to meet those living expenses.
We're very proud to be associated with Trobe Financial. How can you guys help?
Well, we offer a range of investments, Clinton. So, what we have is most commonly we have a lot of retirees investing with us through our 1-year investment option, where the 12-month term account, where investors invest with us for a period of 12 months and they receive a monthly income paid into their bank account. Now, we pay that month in, month out. It's currently paying 5.2% per annum. That's a variable rate of return, but one that has been very sort of stable over the years, and that's been producing terrific outcomes for investors.
5.2%, and it's way above what you expect in a bank.
Yes, yeah. Look, it is performing. I should stress that it's not a bank account, so it's an investment to a managed investment scheme.
But compared to a lot of what products that the big banks offer, it's much better.
Yeah, it is much better, and it has been around for a considerable period of time. That particular investment strategy has been around since 2002, and we're really pleased with it. No investor in that investment account has ever lost a cent of capital, and it's always just paid that monthly income. In a sense, you could say it hasn't been all that exciting, but other people would say, "Hey, if I want excitement, I'll go down to the casino with $100 and try my luck." And that's not what we, what we try to do at La Trobe Financial is not produce excitement for your investors, but to produce those steady, stable, enduring, repeatable monthly returns.
And what would you say is your average investment?
Oh, very, very much variable. Depends obviously on the individual situation. The minimum investment amount is $1,000. We very commonly have investors with up to $100,000 or even more with us. So we're sort of geared up to suit every sort of investment appetite, if you like. So we do have some people who are very wealthy, and we're pleased to have them on board, but we're equally pleased to have someone who just with a modest savings who would like to receive that sort of return profile on them or on their funds.
Chris, if our listeners would like to get in contact with La Trobe Financial, what's the best step?
I'd really encourage them to call our friendly investment staff on 1800 818 818. And speak to our friendly staff, and they'll be able to take them through all our investment products.
That's La Trobe Financial on 1800 818 818. Thank you for your time, Chris.
Thanks,
Thanks
Chris.
very much, Clinton. Okay, goodbye.
Chris Andrews from La Trobe Financial. They are sponsors of our program. The information we present on the show is for general information only, and it's not a substitute for independent professional advice, and that's important. Everyone's situation, everyone's personal circumstances are different. So before making any investment, you should take appropriate advice about its suitability for your particular financial circumstances. This is Older, Wiser, Happier with the Donaldson Sisters.